a deck to be played here by following the directions on the website. All the content we play on this stream is viewer-powered content. The people that support my stuff dictate what we play and when we play it. Anywho, we are diving on into the next thing here. So one of the things that we've been talking a bit about on the stream that I really like is Saheeli alongside Karn, Scion of Urza. I think these are a really awesome, powerful combination of cards. These are cards that kind of generate board presence for us or card advantage in Karn's part, but they also allow you to close games out very quickly by Saheeli making lots of tokens and then copying your Karn token so you hit for a lot. I do need to redo my sleeves. So this is an Esper shell. We played a Jeskai shell earlier today. That felt really good. So now we're going to go ahead and dive into an Esper shell and see how it feels. At a glance, looking at this deck list off the bat, my one thought to start is I don't think I'm really a fan of not playing Thought Erasure in this deck. Collective Subconscious coming in hot with the tip. Woo-hoo. Sultai, Dredge, and Standard add to the queue. See, 10 out of 10. We'll get going. I don't know. So, like, cards like this are very situationally good. And I think I'm going to slide them into the sideboard and put these Thought Erasures in the main. Thought Erasure, while it's almost never an ace, it is a card that when it's good, it's a card while it's never an ace, it's also never truly terribly bad either. So it's very just like high floor. The search for Azcanta in the sideboard's a little weird, too. I think I'd rather just have a third Narset. Alright, let's do that small change. We'll just dive on in. Do you think Saheeli Karn will work well in Modern 2? No. So Modern is a format that is about brutal efficiency. 3 and 4 mana spells that don't win the game for you are not brutal nor efficient. So I do not think they're worth playing. Modern is a format where Jace the Mind Sculptor frequently isn't a very good card. Hey, look at that. Super happy this is a Thought Erasure and not a sweeper. Alright, their hand's pretty bad. Take one of their good cards. I'm going to keep my 4th land guaranteed. Daily reminder to spend your money where you spend your time. Thanks for the biddies, Top Toe. I just want to jam this to shut down their counter spells. I'm just going to go ahead and cantrip them right away. Some of these decks have main deck Narset, so I want to draw with this before they possibly make me not be able to draw. What are good 4-mana Modern cards? Even Scapeshift and Gifts Ungiven. Don't see that much play anymore. Storm's fallen off the face of the earth. Yeah, Contempt me, daddy. Yeah, gifts cost 3 mana most of the time in the deck where it is somewhat good. That Vraska's Contempt there is a good example of why I went ahead and drew a card right away with Teferi. So that way if he died, I drew a card with him first. Jason Berg, thank you very much for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic day wherever you're at.
What was lost is now returned.
I'm hesitant to say not playable, but Storm has definitely stopped putting up results like it once did. Well, I have a Mortify for the Azcanta, so we'll take their Teferi. Don't need a land. Play a treasure map. Feels like this deck should allow me to have a pretty reasonable Esper control matchup. We have a lot of threats. Twitch, let me get 10 bits. Thank you, T-Dub. So they have one card I don't know in their hand, so unless that's an Absorb, should be pretty good. If it is an Absorb, I'm going to be a little bit sad. I guess I could wait to Mortify to see if they Chemist's Insight like they're probably going to. Sarkin is really powerful. I agree, Devok. I've been very impressed with that card for my time playing it so far. Great. So, my hand's not amazing right now, but I have Karn and Treasure Map in play, so... Yeah, they could have, like, Dovin's whatever'd me, though, right? They could have vetoed me. You're right that Absorb is not a card they could play, though. How should I evaluate a card that was 3 mana, draw a card, pull Contempts out of opponent's hand, and make them tap out? I don't know. Sounds pretty good to me. Hey, Gargoyle, thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. And Fitzy Dragon, more timeouts. Thanks for keeping me around. So their Azcanta is still at least one more turn away from flipping. So I'm going to go ahead and plus Teferi here, because not only does plussing Teferi let me draw a card, but it also lets me untap my Treasure Cove, so I get to draw a card with that a turn sooner. That lets them flip their Azcanta this turn, which is a little bit scary, but, like, at the same time, I just have way more Planeswalkers than them, so I might be able to just play through this, hopefully. Deal. The cards you want to discard's over here, thankfully. Sure.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
If this card's not a counterspell, we're still in an okay spot here. Is Saheeli proving difficult to cast? I doubt it. I didn't count the mana base, but I'd assume we're more than fine. I have enough lands to play Saheeli and Ugin this turn, right? This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have a 9th land for the turn. Sweet. Eugene's resolving. And, like, again, now I have 3 Planeswalkers in play. And I have a Treasure Map that's still going to draw cards. Alright, you have an Absorb, but, like, I'm winning on board by a lot. Hey, look, another Planeswalker under my thing. So, because this is game 1, my opponent likely has a bunch of sweepers in their deck still, so I do need to think about that a little bit here. So I need to, like, tread the balance between, like, getting value out of my Planeswalkers, but still, like, applying an appropriate amount of pressure. I'm gonna go ahead and Oath Akaya here, just to generate a token. I agree, Verm. It's a nice side effect to success. So, I can't quite Saheeli. Like, I kind of want... I want to downtick this to make a token. But I can't quite get aggressive with Saheeli making this copy this because they have a cast down here. How many mods do I have total? Well, so my channel's kind of unique. Whenever anybody's been subscribed for 12 months, I make them a moderator. So, we have a lot of mods on this channel. There is a Legion. Alright, there's an answer to one of the planeswalkers. I didn't even get that. What's going on, JMK? Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, sub only chat keeps a lot of the chaff out too. Not having to deal with random spam bots attacking is one other big upside of sub only chat, which is great. Yep, they're dead. I am the only one that can time you out, Destruminator. You got him. Death comes for us all. Hey, Jad, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Only this has a counter on it, right? Am I just passing at this point? I think so. I know they have this absorb, so I don't just want to jam Teferi into it. I think my plan for next turn, yeah, Prime subs are the same as tier 1 $5 subs in every single way. They have all the same benefits. So next turn, I might down tick Karn, jam Karn into their counterspell, play Teferi. Sure. I need to know what my next paper event is. I'm definitely playing a standard tournament in June. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, that's one of my sponsors. They're having a standard tournament in June that I intend to play in. And then, well, that's rude. I might play in their modern tournament in May, but I'm not sure yet. Where at? The north suburbs of Chicago, the Gurney area. Mortify my oath for a token. That's not a terrible idea. It's probably something that's going to happen. Wolfie coming in hot with some sub gifties. Welcome to our new members of Hoaglandia. Enjoy the gift of gab. They still have a cast down here, though. Sweet Flying V. Yeah, I'll definitely be a third rage thing in June. So I think I just do this. Perfect, Dan, and we'll do. Yeah, I'm gonna copy a summoning sick one here. So I'm gonna have this target this. So this means we should get to kill their Teferi this turn.
I know how to stop you.
Because both of these are lethal for Teferi. Zombies kind of got slaughtered.
Only time will tell.
Now we're racing as Kanta, but we're almost out of gas ourselves. I really need another source of card advantage here. Are they dead? They're dead on board if they don't have a removal spell, right? It's like Kaya's Wrath, are you dead? Are they dead through that? Not quite. But I can kill her at least. That gives them another turn to find something with this. Could you do me and put those Judge Mardu Walkers?
I do love
Do a Mardu Walkers build? Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Wolfie. Wow, they made me sacrifice 2 creatures. Deal. How aggressive do I think I want to just start plussing Karn.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
Perfect. Means I get a spell next turn. There's 26 lands in this deck. I guess that's probably right. We want to curve out pretty well each game. That minus instead of the plus there is probably smart on their part. Plays a little conservative in case so they don't die if I draw removal. Thanks to you, I now have a shuffling deck at my desk. God bless. Missed 2 points on a Saheeli activation. Nah, I want the Saheeli activation to do more than that. Yeah, I'm saving that for, like, surprise lethal. Having a double spell turn here is huge. Even if they hit a counter for this, like getting treasure map down is very good for us. Did we just start on this deck? Yep, yeah, this is the first match with this one. This is the first game with this one.
Curiosity and wonder drive civilization, not deity or ether itself.
These can both attack, right? So So, if they don't have a removal spell for this, they die. Which means they only have Contempt here, which means they were forced to use Contempt on a Karn struct instead of my Ugin now, which is great. Have a good one, Danon. Alright, now I feel like we're solidly ahead, especially with Teferi hiding here. Alright. I guess we just need to kill them before we deck at this point. I did miss a life gain, you're right. Could be at 33, what a punt. I want to plus Karn before I show them my spell, because I don't want them to know that I have a Teferi when they make this decision.
Sorry, hurry!
Elder Spell is like really good against the jank decks we play, but it's like not good in the format in general, so like I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be a main deck thing at that too. If they were playing, it would be out of their sideboard.
Me later.
Or if we'll see him bounce my map here. That's probably the line. I guess they could technically get rid of a manifest token.
I've got
it. Playing Thought Erasure helps us hit our land drops too chalky, which is nice. So like that extra hit look from the Surveil is meaningful. And it's like pretty marginal either way.
Let's skip to the good part.
Can I kill them here? Probably not. You'd probably get close, though, if I really tried. How close are we to decking? 16 cards. Close-ish. Oh, Saheeli's also out of loyalty, so... Alright, they think they're done. They no longer think they can win. Got it. Alright. Cut these removal spells. Sounds good. That was really clean. Easy in, easy out. This is like my favorite hateful standard power couple right now. Narset. God, we have both the power couples in here. We have Narset, Teferi, and we have Saheeli, Karn. So one of the reasons why Esper is so good is because it's not weak to Thief, right? So Teferi bounces Thief, and Mortify kills Thief, and these cards do other stuff even when they don't have Thief. Garfank, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Narset is very good. Not only is her you can't draw extra cards text relevant in a lot of places, but her just double down tick is still powerful. So even when her static ability isn't good, the rest of her is reasonable. You can always tell it's been a long stream when I make it through my 32-ounce water bottle and my iced tea I need to refill. Feather plus Essence Capturer. That sounds funny. Someone asked about Kaya in this matchup. So, while Kaya does make their copies of Azcanta worse, I don't really like her on average. I think there's a thief I can't answer. I think a lot of the time she just isn't particularly useful. And, like, aside from disabling Azcanta, she doesn't do a whole lot. I think that just disabling Azcantas isn't good enough. Hey, Overroy, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Alright, Mage the Untouchable has connected. I do have this at least. And this is the problem from here, right? Now they just like, they had this on the play. I didn't have one of my 7 3-mana answers to it, so it just runs away with the game. And I don't think I am supposed to have more answers than I do. Like, I have 3 Thought Erasure, 4 Mortify, and 3 Little Teferi. And I think that's plenty of answers to Thief of Sanity. Plus Vraska's Contempt to a degree is an answer. Sometimes your cards don't line up well and you just die. And that's just magic. You don't want to knee-jerk and make bad choices because you got unlucky. Have you tried Saheeli and Jund or Sultai Shells? We have not. With Little Vraska. That sounds hot. We've not, but that sounds sweet. Little Vraska's really good when you have ways to feed her tokens. And Saheeli definitely would create plenty of tokens to feed her. Yes. If you block a Death Touch creature with multiple blockers, the person with the Death Touch creature is only obligated to assign 1 point of damage to each blocker. I might cut our, like, third... How many beacons are we on? I think we're on 3 beacons. I might cut our third beacon for... I might cut our third beacon for another Thought Erasure. I don't know, though. I'm a big fan of hitting my land drops. He says as he floods. Yeah, this is... Cards like this are so very good when both players are just playing Drago. Means they're likely to hit gas and land drops. All right, one Ugin, please.
Don't worry, I got this.
We're at the rank floor, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, let's move on with our lives. How are you doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week. If you enjoy constructed Magic, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. We change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours. All of those decks you see listed in the stream title are the decks I usually intend to play in a day in the order in which I intend to play them. Ooh. Ooh. As always, I'd like to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to take a quick second to plug a couple of my sponsors here. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork that they have on your website. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards or to the players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out to the Hoaglandia. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you dropping in to spend part of your Friday here with us. Hope everyone's having a great start to your weekend. Remember, if you're a new viewer and you're enjoying the content here, make sure you hit the follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. I have the magicesports.net will get you to my website. jeffhoagland.com will get you to my website. Whichever is most easy for you to use. Yay, Nexus. Alright, so these cards aren't very good, but this card's very good if I can find some white mana. Ooh, they don't have a land. That's nice. They don't have a second blue source either.
Together, we'll create great things, you and I.
I don't know, Bison. I do. It is nice that Search for Azcanta doesn't require mana every turn to flip, but the flip side of that too is that Azcanta or Treasure Map doesn't die in the Esper mirror to Mortify, which is a leg up. My favorite control deck at the moment. I don't know. I really haven't played any control decks that really spoke to me in this new format. I guess do these Planeswalker decks count? The Esper Planeswalker deck on my website. If that counts as a control deck, that's my answer. Alright, well, gotta take that one. Because if we don't take that one, they just get back whatever we take. Yeah, the most important thing to remember, too, when you're struggling to find decks for this format, if you think you're struggling, all the decks that were good last set are still good now. Not that much has changed. And decks like Wilderness Reclamation that were just okay last set are much better now. Ram followed by hard drive health check are usually the go-to for trying to pin down issues with random failure of things. All right, we have a plan here. I don't know if it's a good plan. We don't have that many counterspells out of our sideboard. We do have lock-based pieces like Narset and Little Teferi and Mortify for enchantment removal, but we'll see how we go. We got nowhere to go but up from here. Nowhere we can go but up. Just download more RAM. Sure. Hopefully the Thought Erasures will help surveil us into land so we can curve 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. The reason why I'm not just snap conceding here is because I think this deck potentially has the tools to be decent against the Reclamation deck, and I would like to play with it. No, not Gargoyle. So you're probably newer here. You will never hear, almost never hear me make statements like X deck is the best thing in the format. Because statements like that, we just don't have the metrics or the data to prove in Magic. I think a lot of people surrounding Magic tend to make statements that are far too strong with data that's far too incomplete. And I think a lot of people in the community do a disservice to other newer community members by making strong statements like that. I just want to mortify this. I think I just want to mortify this. So by waiting till their upkeep, I gave them one more look here, but oh, that's a blast zone. I'll give you that. Wilderness Reclamation is the most tedious deck in the format. That's what I'm okay saying.
I am not going to sit this one out.
All right, let's send that back. Come on, land. Running lands here.
I have a plan.
Perfect. I really don't want to do that against counter magic, Steric. And ding ding ding. So I get to do this, I get to do this and tuck this. I disagree, Sabus. I think there's a lot of people that don't. There are definitely some people who enjoy playing with Nexus, and you know what? If you're one of them, more power to you. But there are a lot of people who don't have any fun playing with it either. Like sitting there ignoring their opponent, watching them squirm while they're helpless, isn't the type of Magic that a lot of people enjoy. And it's not to say that you're wrong if you do enjoy that type of Magic, but I definitely think to imply that that type of Magic is for everyone is silly.
That's more like it.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpiece.
I did not draw step discard because I didn't want to get counterspelled. I don't know how we ever hope to win. 'Cause, 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 Feels pretty hopeless. I think it's Biogenic Ooze. I guess they don't have double green. All right, I guess it's Kefnet. Oh, you know what? I could have treasure mapped and then used the Teferi lands to play the Thought Erasure at instant speed at my end step. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Oh, and I can't get counterspelled with Little Teferi. That's true. So there were 2 reasons to instant speed it. Because this prevented me from getting counterspelled, and I could have used the untapped mana from this. I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. I don't think I changed based on the creatures that I saw. Maybe I want these Contempts. Maybe. Kaya isn't that good. I'm going to leave in 2 Contempts over the Kayas. Little Tef is very, very good. Yep. I don't have any of my lock-based planeswalkers yet, but discard Saheeli Karn. Saheeli plus Karn is just an incredibly fast clock. And that's what I want here. I want a little bit of disruption into a fast clock. Ooh. Ooh. That's more disruption. I think I'm just taking that. They didn't have a second green source last game for people wondering why they conceded. And, like, here's the problem, right? By playing slowly and, like, trying to hold up my counterspell, I'm not applying pressure to the table. So now I'm falling behind, and they're going to get ahead on cards and mana because I'm trying to hold the counterspell up. I don't have pressure to go with my disruption here. Get you later, Ozzy. And, like, if I fight over this, they just blink it and they stick Reclamation and then I just die, right? Yeah, exactly. But if I play my pressure to the table, like, all of a sudden I just lose to their other stuff. I've not played a Grixis Bolas deck that I like yet, no. Alright, well, they missed on their land drop at least, so I got that going for me.
Meditate and prepare.
Alright. 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 Saying there's a chance. There has Kanta's flipping here, so there's not really a chance. Oh, Nexus is good for me. Means that bad boy's not flipping. Well, Narset is a hate card. Narset stops them from doing stuff.
Hone your prowess.
And Narset does this, which is pressure them into, which is find disruption that gives me slow them down even more. Oh, the fact they just use blink on that is so good for me.
This isn't a fight you can win. Let's try this.
I certainly hope it's not a fight they can win.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
I told you. I thought we might have a chance. That worked out because they stumbled. Narset is really good. If you are registering a spell-based blue deck in this format, and there's less than, I don't know, let's say 2 Narset in your 75, your deck is wrong. I'm pretty confident. If Narset can hit on her downtick in your deck, you should have lots of her. Very, very good in that matchup and other places. I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. When I get back, we're gonna play some more of this. No, she's not castable in Ral Memekin, Geoff. You have 8 blue sources in that deck. 8 is nowhere near enough. Goodbye, friend. Splashing red and blue-black pirates. I don't know, I haven't touched pirates for a little while. I don't know, Dallas. Uncertain. Tap out.
Do not defy the design.
Contempt me, daddy.
Dragon.
Chemist's Insight in Grixis. Okay. So definitely more controlling Grixis.
Beyond vision.
I have no idea, Eastabus.
I am not going to sit this one out. I suppose that's
Well, this opponent has Bedevils and Angrath Rage, so if anybody's coming for our Planeswalkers, it's definitely them.
Spawn be mine. I have other schemes to attend to. Witness a mote of my
I do not think Angrath Rampage is very good. I've been extremely underwhelmed by that card. I think it is much worse than other 2-mana removal you could be playing, such as Bedevil, or such as Bedek.
hide from the world any longer.
Felicia.
Let's take it back.
Rude.
The immortal Nicole Bolas.
We will meet again.
Has consequence.
Alright, I mean, they have another Nickel Bolas coming in 2 turns, but at least we're treading water for now. It feels like this deck is missing something, but I can't put my finger quite on what that something is that it's missing.
Sorry I'm late. Time is much more malleable than people think.
Needs a green splash for Vivian, right?
Now what?
The Jeskai build we played this morning definitely felt a little bit better than this one. That deck had more of an aggressive slant to it, which was nice. It was leveraging 5 mana Sarkhan to be able to really pressure people with the Planeswalkers, and this just doesn't feel like it. I don't know, maybe Chemist's Insight, so once you add Chemist's Insight, like, am I giving up Planeswalkers to play Chemist's Insight? So, once I'm doing that, am I just, like, better off playing traditional Esper control at that point? And I might be. It might just be that I'm bad Esper control, but that's a question I need to answer for myself, is, like, am I just bad Esper control, or am I doing something that's different, but meaningfully different? The green-red Sarkhan deck is definitely great. Like I said, my big comparison for this is to compare to the Jeskai Saheeli deck we started on this morning. And I think so far I like the Jeskai one a bit better just because it had an aggressive slant to it. Being able to like randomly Sarkhan plus smash people felt really good. Alright, let's erasure into a blue source for this bad Mamma Jamma. In my experience playing a bunch on the ladder for the last week, Chalky, traditional aggro aren't really decks people are playing, which is not surprising because like when a new set releases, people don't want to just play the same smash your face aggro decks they've been playing for 3 seasons. They wanna play new sweet things. And like Grixis Control and Esper with new toys are like much sweeter than just like sleeving up a bunch of mountains. Gonna go ahead and just draw a card with this right away. Try and hit that land drop.
I have a plan.
Ooh, sounds like the audio's bugging. We'll take a draw step and then we'll restart the client real quick. Alright, that's a 4-mana Planeswalker. Something to do later. These people are great. Buy their stuff. These people all so great. Buy their stuff. Back to your regularly scheduled Magic Arena. For people new to the stream, there's a bug with Magic Arena, my audio drivers, that causes the audio to like crackly static nonsense every 3 hours, so I have to restart. Alright, well, they drew an Azcanta, we drew a Dovin's Veto. I guess as far as like non-land draws go there, that one's towards the top. I think Dimir can be good in the new format. Maybe. The deck we are going to be playing after this one is a blue-black mid-range control-y deck that I actually put together. It was a build-around submission for blue-black focusing on Kefnet. So if you want to see my take on Dimir, be sure to stay tuned for that up next. What's a good deck to climb the ladder with? White aggro splashing new Teferi. Red aggro, also good. Green-red Sarkin, that's on my website, is a great choice. I should probably update the white weenie on my website to include new Teferi so I can point people there. Probably a good idea. I think playing a card like Soul Diviner in a deck like this is very bad, because one of the reasons why this deck is good is because it gains what we refer to as virtual card advantage by blanking your opponent's removal spells by not playing creatures. So once you start including cards that make your opponent's removal spells live against you, you're losing percentage points in a variety of matchups by giving them more live cards. I'm being greedy and binning this land here because I just need to draw more planeswalkers that are action. I mean, based on the decks we've been playing against, main deck to Spark is not that crazy. The latter has just been mono Esper and Reclamation for like the last day. Nah, I think the mix of removal that we have in the main deck right now is fine. I think the sweepers in the main two were too much, but I think like what I have now is fine. Like obviously it feels bad to like draw moments and cast downs when we play Esper twice in a row, but like I think having some removal for aggro is important. There is a badge that is a link to the deck queue under the stream, Isubus. I got rid of the widget that was there. The widget was having some issues. Yeah, I don't think you're alone in that, Dalen. There are a number of people who don't have a huge desire to keep playing against constant reclamation. I also think the large amount of reclamation is probably part of the reason why we're playing it so much Esper too, because Esper tends to have a pretty reasonable matchup against the reclamation decks.
Do not mistake grace for weakness.
We don't have a good catch-up mechanism when we're behind against non-aggro. That might be it. I mean, like, what do you call my giant pile of planeswalkers? Like, in theory, the 4,000 planeswalkers we're playing should be the catch-up mechanic against aggro, or against not aggro, right? Like, all of these things that generate card advantage is basically what you should want to be doing that. Teamer Reclamation from last season. We could spend 2 removal spells in the same token and speed the clock up. You're not wrong. I did surveil away a land early. I stand by that decision. I think it was fine. I think it was mathematically sound. The green-black Citadel deck is really sweet. You're not wrong. I'm off this deck. Hey, Sir Phil. Thanks for the biddies. This just feels like bad Esper control. It just feels like bad Esper. Yeah, so basically, what we did here was we made some changes to, like, what Esper control is doing to, like, give it kind of this aggressive slant here. And we ended up, it kind of just, like, felt kind of middling. And I feel like we didn't add enough pressure to, like, fully become a mid-range deck. So we were just a control deck with clunky card advantage, basically. And I don't think that's really a place we want to be. I've been liking a lot of the Gruul decks right now. The green-red Sarkhan deck we played last night, it's very therapeutic to just smash Esper people. Sure, Chalky, my complaint for my playstyle was that normal Esper control doesn't close out the game fast enough, but this deck, by adding a way to close out the game, feels much worse. It feels incredibly clunky in the fact that, like, instead of having chemisters inside, I have to, like, draw through these Karns and stuff like that. And the fact that I'm able to close the game doesn't make up for the fact with how clunky my card advantage is. And you're right, not being able to close is one of the things I dislike about traditional Esper control, but this deck added closing power, feels like, at the cost of making the archetype worse, especially in the Esper mirror. Like, maybe this deck feels much better against aggro. I don't know. We played like 5 matches there and didn't play against any aggro. But, yeah. Kind of just like, I'm kind of off of slamming this deck into Esper mirrors. It feels like I'm incredibly behind against other Esper decks, and that's all we're playing against right now.